Once in a while, the financial markets can get bumpy, and the turbulence can be more than you bargained for. So, if you want to thrive when Wall Street is getting ugly, you don't want to miss these 3 do's and don'ts. Hi, I'm Bob Cheatham, the 403B coach. Over the course of my career, I've helped hundreds of clients get through 2 recessions, and right now, I see storm clouds on the horizon again. So while there's still time to return to your seat and buckle up, let's review 6 tips to help you prepare for any turbulence. Don't ignore your account. When faced with a market sell-off, a lot of investors bury their heads in the sand. Rather than opening their statements, they toss them unopened in the back of a drawer. But think about it. If your balance is heading in the wrong direction, the person with the most to lose is you. So don't ignore it, and seek out sound advice if you need to. Don't assume someone's at the controls. If you don't have an assigned advisor who understands your appetite for risk, here's a shocker. Your provider won't lift a finger to proactively move your portfolio to safety. They'll only follow the last instructions you gave them. Even if you are paying for an assigned advisor, there's no guarantee they aren't asleep at the wheel, and in the midst of a crisis is often too late to keep you out of harm's way. Don't panic. Investors who lose the most often did so because they procrastinated, and then at the worst possible moment, they made an impulsive decision. In times of desperation, doing something often seems better than doing nothing, even if it's dangerous. Let's look at the Great Financial Crisis as an example. From its peak in July 2008, the S&P 500 fell 52% in 8 months. The smart money got out of stocks that fall before the recession hit in December. But those who waited until April to open their statements panicked, feeling they had to do something, and sold everything, which essentially turned their 401ks into the proverbial 201k. Do have somebody at the wheel. It could be an advisor. It could be your spouse. It might be you if you're comfortable with investments. But someone has to be at the controls where the buck stops. And if it is an advisor that you're paying, they should be working harder than ever to earn their fee during a sell-off. Do have a flight plan. Whether you manage your account or a professional does, you need to have a conversation, or better yet, a written plan outlining how to protect your account in an emergency. If stock funds are falling, will you turn to bond funds? And if both are falling in tandem, as they did in 2022, is there a safe alternative like money market funds, where if nothing else, you won't lose value and you will at least earn some interest? Do have a strategy for the rebound. Every market crash in U.S. history has been followed by a market recovery. When the Great Financial Crisis bottomed in March 2009, it launched a new bull market. For those who did nothing and rode it out, it took 42 months, or 3.5 years, to fully recover or break even from that loss. But the smart investors who went into cash back here before the crash fully enjoyed triple-digit gains over that period rather than simply breaking even. My point is, many of the unfortunate boomers who sold everything at the bottom were so jaded and burned by the experience that it took them years to summon the courage to leave the safety of cash and get reinvested, all because they delayed responding to the crash until it was too late. In the interest of transparency, I feel obligated to disclose that I spent the 2008 crash working for a Wall Street firm, and our managers at the time made it clear that if we allowed clients to move to the safety of cash, we'd be fired. Ever since leaving that firm 15 years ago, I've had zero qualms about moving clients to cash when it's the right thing to do. No matter who you work with, make sure they're a fiduciary. When I became one, I left behind the high commissions and divided loyalties that are hallmarks of Wall Street. There are over 100,000 of us nationwide, so be sure to find a fiduciary in your town who's legally required to do what's in your best interests, not theirs. That's all I've got today. If you found this helpful, please consider hitting the bell so you're notified when I drop a new podcast. Have a great week, and I will see you in my next video.